Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So today our model is about Bosco verticale. It's an Italian word. Its meaning is vertical forest. So what we need now in our environment is that we are polluting it a lot. Okay. So we need to pure the environment, but we are not getting so much land to plant trees. We are not getting so much land to plant trees because we need so much of land for plantation of trees, and we need that much amount of land for our accommodation also, for residential buildings, schools, shopping malls, and cinema hall, theaters, etc., etc. But in the phase of building these malls and our accommodations, we are destroying the nature. We are disturbing the balance of the environment by cutting down the trees, and above all that we are polluting the environment on addition of that. So it was a bigger problem in Italy, in Milan. So what one designer, Stefano Boeri, what he thought was bringing nature and people together inside a building, means all the engineering inside one thing, civil and environment also, all bringing inside one building. So he thought of that building something like we can bring trees, a huge amount of trees on a small place and produce a lot of oxygen for it. So what he did was he designed a special structure for that, which can withstand 2 hectares amount of plants. The plants which can be planted on 2 hectares, he designed such type of thing that can be planted on just 9,000 meter squares. So he combined with Stefano Boeri, Guanandrea Beria, Giovanni Lavera and many other botanists and created such type of habitation where people can live inside a natural habitat.
Okay. So as my friend explained, what is vertical forest, you have already understand. So now I want to explain how the thought came in his mind. He has, I think he has already explained, but let me explain. Actually, the city Milan, it was a historical city. Means it is a historical city. Means lot of tourists are attracted towards that city every year. So to protect that city from the ecological imbalance, the concept of vertical forest came. So what is the model? The model is that we are bringing the nature and the human together inside one campus, or you can say inside one building. The building which you are seeing here or here, this is not the exact proposed model, but anyhow we have been able to show you. You can see here. This is like that, and this is a commercial building. This is commercial building for, means we can use it for school, office, colleges, etc., etc., etc. So here we have. Likewise, I want to show you here, since this is only a small proposed model, this is the actual building which is working efficiently in Switzerland. So what you can see here, that these are the corridors. This was a very highly and challenging demand for the civil engineers, especially for the civil engineers to design this building, because as you know that the plants required sunlight, soil, etc. for their regeneration and growth. So the construction was like this, that there was no collision of the sunlight between these two. So this was the model. And these trees are not the ordinary trees. Likewise, we are seeing in the everyday environment. These trees are especially manufactured by botanists in nursery. It's take around 2 years to manufacture this much of tree. This is actually producing 50 kg of oxygen per day. For producing 50 kg of oxygen, we usually need 2,000 meter square of land. But the area of this building is only 900 meter square. So you can just observe that we are just utilizing 1100 meter of square for some other purpose, and this building is producing. You can see as the plants will the shadow of these plants will protect the inside of the building from the temperature, from the varying temperature of the outside. So in winter and summer also, this building will be very much efficiently working. If you want to ask about the water and how we are feeding the water inside these plants, now we are actually, as I have explained earlier, this is a commercial building. So commercial building means people were using water, we are reusing that water to feed the water to these plants. This was the
So now, as the construction was going on, the first problem that Bohri felt was that how can we build such a structure that can withstand such huge amount of load. So for that, what he thought that instead of building instead of planting trees on the balcony, he made a parapets of concrete, steel, reinforced with steel. So it gave that strength to the building to withstand such a huge amount of load. Now after that, the construction started accordingly. So what he thought was next was planting of trees in the parapet. So he dig 1.3 meters of parapet where it could plant all the trees. Now for planting the trees, there were a huge amount of problems that this building is 111 meters of height, this building, and at such a height any normal tree cannot withstand such a huge wind blow. So for that, what they did was they were preparing the trees in the nursery for 2 years. So accordingly, after that preparation, they checked it in the wind tunnel. They kept the plant in front of a wind tunnel and blew it with a very speed blow of wind, so that the plant which withstood that wind, they only selected those plants and put it in the building. And for then another problem came was that water. If there is plant, so it needs water, and if it needs water and it is in the building, so if it need water, it can destroy the building also. So for that, they put a water membrane inside the parapet. So in these parapets, inside inner wall of the parapets, they put an waterproof membrane here. So what this waterproof membrane does is the whole amount of soil is put inside it, and the trees is also put inside it, and if we water the trees, the water does not comes to the concrete this side. The waterproof membrane does not allow the water to enter the concrete this side, so it protects the building. Now the next thing was that the roots of the trees. What the roots of the trees are, they're so powerful that they can break the concrete also. So for that, what Bohri did was he put a gelatin membrane just inside the inner wall of the just before the waterproof membrane. He put a gelatin membrane which will only stop the roots from growing outside. It won't disturb the drainage system and all. It will just stop the roots from going outside of the concrete and breaking the concrete. So after that, after those 2 layers, he put a grid of steel. He put a grid of steel in the parapet base. So what he did after that, now there was another problem was selection of soil. So the soil which we select was, because if the water content in the soil is more, the roots will be decayed, and if the water content in the soil is less, so the trees will dry up and it will shut down. So what he thought was bringing volcanic rocks and volcanic soil. He put those soil in the parapets, and on them he planted the trees. So what the volcanic soil did was it maintained the balance of water, neither it was too much nor it was less. So now he put the trees with a crane put here. He pulled up the trees and put it inside the parapets accordingly on each floor. So now after putting the trees, what he did was with a strap, because the amount of wind blowing on the ceiling was very much on the above layer, above 50 meters or 60 meters, the amount of wind blowing is too much. So what he did was put the trees and binded it with the straps in the below grid. He binded it with straps. After that, he pulled tensile wires from the tree to the parapets, so that in any case, in any typhoon or any cyclone, the tree does not move away from the parapet. After that, and for watering, the inner built system was distributed. He settled an inner built system for water distribution in each of the parapets. That system used the water, grey water of the building, not the water of the toilets and all. He used only the water which will be just filtered and clean, like in basins or floor washing and all that water. He used those waters and put it in the parapet here and watered it with them. So it reduced the waste in 2 ways. It reduced the air pollution also, and it reduced the water pollution also, and it maintained the temperature inside the building also, as it reduced the cost of air conditioning, heating and all that also. It reduced the cost of that also, because the trees produce that much amount of coldness inside the temperature. It dropped the temperature inside and made it moderate, so there is no need of AC and all inside the building. It is a type of natural habitat where we can stand in front of nature and feel it.
So as me and my friend explain the entire construction and the design of the building. So for a lot more details, you can as you know Wikipedia, you can just browse through the Wikipedia also, and if you If you want to give us any suggestion about this building, just please comment and give your likes, subscribes.